Today, we're going to read a book called Dream Big, Henry. One week ago, a summer breeze carried Henry and his whole family to a fence post that overlooked Grassy Meadow. Now it was his new home. And today was his first day to start second grade at Grassy Meadows Elementary School. "Are you ready?" asked his mother anxiously. She moved quickly, packing his lunchbox and checking his book bag. "You're making me nervous, Mom," said Henry, pushing his eyeglasses up to the bridge of his nose as he and his mother peered out the window. They were waiting for the bus to take him to school. Just then, a huge dragonfly flapped her wings outside the window. "Grassy Meadows, next stop." Henry's mother helped him strap his wheelchair onto the dragonfly's back. "I'm Henry," he introduced himself. "You can call me Doris," said the dragonfly. "Hold on tight." Henry held on as Doris zoomed straight down in a dizzying blur right onto the front steps of Grassy Meadows Elementary. Ready or not, his first day at his new school had begun. The name above the door announced Mrs. Flutter's second grade class. Inside the door were all types of bugs: ladybugs, grasshoppers, caterpillars, grubs, and beetles. Henry carefully wheeled inside the room. He looked down and slowed his wheelchair to a stop at Miss Flutter's desk. She smiled and said gently, "Welcome to our classroom, Henry. Class, say hello to Henry. He is new to Grassy Meadows." She lifted her beautiful blue wings, and they fluttered in the breeze. Henry thought he heard whispers as he passed the other students sitting at their desks. "What's wrong with him? Why is he in a chair? He looks different." He kept on rolling. He was embarrassed. A brown moth and a fuzzy caterpillar giggled as he rolled by. Bryn, the stink bug, and Mel, the dung beetle, pinched their noses. Henry kept rolling to the only empty desk next to a bright green grasshopper. He smiled at Henry and said, "Hi, my name is Nathan." Mrs. Flutter handed out lots of classwork, and Henry was so busy he missed the lunch bell warning to finish up. He was slower than the others, and when he finally made his way to the lunchroom, the other students were already out of the line and saving seats for their friends. Nathan motioned for Henry to join him. "Hey, Henry, over here. Sit with me," the grasshopper called. He had made a new friend. It was a good day. The rest of the week went by quickly. Henry grew accustomed to his new classroom and even made a few more friends. By the second week, Henry couldn't even remember what it had been like at his old school. He knew where to find the handout materials, the books and the markers, the lunchroom, and even the auditorium. One day, during recess, Miss Flutter made an announcement. "We are having our first ever Grassy Meadows Elementary School musical. I expect everyone to participate. We will need dancers, singers, and musicians." The class was abuzz. "I'll sing," cried Mel, the dung beetle. "I'm going to dance," said Katie, the ladybug, as she jumped around, spinning and twirling. "I can play the flute," chimed in Ollie, the roly-poly. Everyone was so happy. They were shouting and laughing. "Quiet down," cautioned Miss Flutter. But Henry wasn't happy. He couldn't sing, and he certainly couldn't dance. Nathan could tell Henry was upset. "Don't worry, Henry. We'll find a part for you. Everybody is good at something. Maybe you can play an instrument." The next day, Henry and Nathan visited the music teacher, Mr. Harp. "Give these a try, Henry. You can even borrow one to take home and practice if you would like," said Mr. Harp. Henry tried the guitar, the drums, the trumpet, and a saxophone, but nothing seemed to work for him. Back in class, Henry doodled a beautiful drawing on his math paper, and Miss Flutter saw it while she was collecting their work. "Henry, may I speak to you after class?" she said. Before heading home, Miss Flutter shared her idea with Henry about how he could help with the musical. Henry was so excited. After school, Henry rushed home to his mom. "Mom, guess what? Guess what? Guess what?" "Slow down, son. What is it?" his mother asked. It had been a tough month, so she was pleased to see Henry in a good mood for a change. In a burst of excitement, Henry shared the events of the day and his part in the school musical. He asked if he could eat his dinner early so he could get to work. After all, Henry had a lot to accomplish between now and opening night. The night of the musical, Henry sat nervously between his mom and dad, and even though his part was done, he couldn't seem to relax. The room went quiet when the lights were dimmed and the curtains were drawn. The stage glowed with the silhouette of skyscrapers. While his classmates rehearsed singing and dancing, Henry had been busy drawing and painting the set. From the street signs and taxis to the busy storefronts and cafes, he had designed every detail of the background for the performers to tell a story. As the musical came to a close, Miss Flutter entered the stage again and thanked the performers and crew. Then she thanked Henry. "Let's give our stagehand Henry a special round of applause for designing our set. There are no small parts. Everyone did their part to make this first musical a success." From the stage, under the bright spotlights, Henry could see everyone in the audience standing and cheering their thanks, gratitude, and well wishes. And there, in the front row, Henry could see and hear his mom and dad most of all. His dad winked and gave him a thumbs up, while his mom clapped loudly, big smile on her face. Henry knew just what she was thinking. "Henry, you are my very special spider." It was a night Henry would always remember. The end.